Hello, beautiful colleagues. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I'm Kenny. Yeah, so it's been a while. I know that. Yeah, I've been on sabbatical for quite a while now, and I'm back and better now. I don't mean to have left for that long, but I am back now, and I promise to be bringing a lot of videos across our ways, right? So it's no longer new that we've got a lot of topics added to OSCE syllabus now. Yeah, so in this video, going to be talking about the evidence-based practice. Like I said in the past videos I made, evidence-based practice is just the current obtainable way of doing things, like being professional in a way, the current thing that is obtainable according to what is happening now, away from what we know. Yeah, the knowledge has been updated and it will keep updating. Yeah, take for instance cervical screening stuff. About some months ago now, it was updated away from what it used to be. So that is still evidence-based practice. You and I as professionals, what we know is different from those people. They would want to come to us to update their knowledge. How vast are we? How current are we in our field? Yeah, this is what evidence-based practice is actually all about. That the current things, that the current practice that is obtainable, we changing the community from the archaic things they know, telling them the new thing they should adopt now. That is basically it. If you know it that way, you will undo any of the topic in OSCE as so as it is fun. Yeah, that's the word for it. So in this video, we're going to be talking about using honey and propolis for the treatment of Herpes Simplex Virus. That's HSV. Yeah, it is a new topic actually, and it's a very interesting one. So if you as a person could come to me as a nurse now that you want to be using honey and propolis for treatment of HSV in place of acyclovir. Do you understand now? It's somehow funny, but that is the belief. That is what they believe. So what does the current evidence-based practice, what does it say about this thing, is what we're going to be looking into shortly. So having said that, let's get into it. So on your screen, you have a mimicked OSCE scenario. I'm not saying it's going to be exactly in your exam, but for educational purpose, let's just take a look at this. Right, so the scenario says you are a practicing nurse working in a GP surgery. Your patient, Jeanette James, experiences recurrent cold sores caused by the Herpes Simplex virus. She has heard that honey and propolis may help as alternative treatments to antiviral medications and ask whether this is true and what would you recommend. It's somewhat funny, but you're not going to make it look like so. Yeah, you just want to enlighten them. So if this question is coming to you as a professional nurse, how do you handle it? Let's quickly take a look at what propolis means. Yeah, we know honey, but most of us don't know what propolis is. Let us be sincere. Yeah, so I'm just going to briefly walk us through what propolis means. We actually know, but we don't know that's what it is. It's still part of honey. Yeah, so on your screen you have a brief explanation of that. So propolis is actually a resin-like substance made by bees. Yeah, the same bees that produces honey makes this propolis. They use the propolis to seal and protect their hives from bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms. It's sometimes called bee glue. Propolis has got a lot of usefulness in health products, which include cream and ointments, cream and ointments, mouthwashes, lozenges, capsule and supplements, lip balm, and cold sore products. Yeah, so it got some compound with antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant property, which is why it has been studied as a possible treatment for conditions such as cold sores. Some research suggests propolis may help reduce healing time and the symptoms of recurrent cold sores, but evidence is still limited compared with established antiviral treatment. For this cause, it is generally not considered a replacement for prescribed antiviral medicines such as acyclovir, especially for frequent or severe episodes. Right, propolis is just like that thing that houses bee, that fine like cube like stuff like resin. If you know resin for cake, we actually know what this thing is. Yeah, it's still part of honey. So you substituting it now for the usual treatment and say you want to be using honey and propolis for the treatment of HSV. Yeah, so they actually need to be enlightened. Yeah, so there will be article summary just like I've said, and in this summary you will get the answers to whatever you want to write, but the constraint is the time. Yeah, 10 minutes is quite too short for you to read through the article and start writing down those points. So I have read article regarding this. On your screen again, here are the likely answers. So let's take a look. So your default point is, I have read the research article summary and I have drawn conclusion. Below are my recommendations in bullet points. That is the default point. You've not started writing. First point now, I read that honey and propolis has been shown to be an effective alternative treatment for HSV virus. That's what's part of those things in that article summary that was read. The second point, I will explain that honey and propolis has shown antiviral activities against Herpes Simplex Virus. Yeah, that's still one of the valid points. The next point, I will mention that honey and propolis can have similar effectiveness to acyclovir in terms of both treating sores and healing time. It's still part of what was documented in that research summary. The next point, I will mention that honey and propolis has been found to have minimal side effect, making them a good alternative to acyclovir. Right, that is what was still documented in that summary. Moving on, I will explain how honey and propolis may work against HSV sores, mentioning that they can stop replication of viruses and can protect healing of the skin. You see, in a way, the honey and propolis is gradually taking an edge over the usual treatment of antiviral such as acyclovir. Yeah, there is no enough evidence to still back this up, right? Then lastly, on that note, is I will advise that honey and propolis should be especially considered by people who have side effects to acyclovir. I will encourage and support Alan to consider alternative treatments. Right. That was what was read in the article summary. There is nowhere that honey and propolis was condemned actually. So it was tilting towards it being beneficial. So it makes it easier for you to write. But then it is not to be dependent on as against the normal usual treatments that we know. Yeah, but it has been said to be of great benefit to treating HSV. Yeah, according to the article summary. You know, it is a recent topic and you might not have read the recent updates to that. So that is what is expected of us to bring forward, similar to this point I've read. Right. So the article summary is going to be given to you in your exam. If you've got a lot of time, you can actually go through them to pick out the points. Points are there for you to write out, but there is constraint called time. Yeah, I hope you've learned one or two from this video. Do give it a thumbs up, share with a colleague that is preparing to write exam, drop any area of your concern with us, or any topic of OSCE you would want us to discuss, and we're going to attend to that. Right, should you require one-on-one OSCE practices, yeah, you can reach out to us via the contact displayed on your screen, and we'll be happy to help you. Right, until I see you in my subsequent videos, keep practicing OSCE. Bye.